and scoring more than 13,000 runs in test matches and more than 10,000 runs in one-days show the kind of hard work and the kind of practice and the kind of hours he put into practice to achieve those performances for the country. Rahul has been a very selfless cricketer, and the various roles he donned for the team shows that. Right from opening the batting in the test matches in some tough conditions, to keeping in the one-days so that the combination of the team can be right, to batting at various batting positions. He has always shown how selfless he is, and the team comes first than the individual performances. I wish Rahul all the very best for the future. There's no doubt that he really enjoys the time he spends with his lovely family, and I'm sure he'll get more and more time to do that. And I also like to congratulate his parents on this occasion for the kind of upbringing they gave him, because even after so many achievements, he has always been level-headed, and I think for me that's his greatness. His presence in the Indian dressing room will definitely be missed. But Rahul, what a career you had. You have been a true role model for all the cricketers who have played with you and who will be playing for the country in the future. I'm sure you will be contributing more and more to Indian cricket. I know how passionate you are about the domestic cricket, as we always discuss whenever we are together. And I'm sure you will be contributing to Indian cricket in whatever might in the future. All the very best to you. And I think all of us, it's a very emotional moment for me, and I'm sure for all of us. If we can all stand up and give a standing ovation to a legend who has made Indian cricket proud, it will be a great gesture. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, VVS. From the silken touch artist to the man who led India to World Cup glory after 28 years. It is surely one of the rare instances in cricket of a cricketer going on to lead a team that comprises the player who was his first test captain. Rahul was his first test captain. Please welcome on stage Captain of India, MS Dhoni.
A very good evening to everyone. I would admit it's very difficult to address the gathering, after the three greats of Indian cricket have addressed it. And when I'm supposed to say a few words on Rahul Bhai, who I think is one of the greatest cricketer India ever produced, the greatest to bat at number 3, someone who has got the record of most catches at slip, and someone who was always ready to give his best for the country. He was someone who would be ready to do anything and everything if needed for the team. As Lachubai said, whether it comes to opening the innings, wicket keeping, standing at slips or silly point, I think he was someone who always had the answer of saying yes. And as a wicket keeper, I would like to say some of the catches that he took, maybe a regular wicket keeper would have never taken those. Whatever I say over here, it won't only be my words. It's a tribute from all the youngsters who have learned a lot from Jam. Initially, when I started off as an international cricketer, I would admit I was quite scared to go up to him and have a chat with him. But somehow I never called him Rahul Bhai. It was always Jam for me. So that's a mixed reaction. I was fortunate or unfortunate to see the ups and downs of Indian cricket. Not to forget the 2007 World Cup, where we lost badly. Rahul Bhai was the captain. And after that, we had a phase where we won 20 or 22 games chasing, which was very difficult and was regarded as one of the best runs for the Indian team when it came to chasing. And I think Jam was part of both of it, losing the World Cup and also part of it. So he was someone who would walk through the obstacles. He was not someone who would go around it. And I think during the course of time that we have spent with him, I think we have learned a lot. Different people prepare for games in a different way. But still he taught us there can be a way to prepare for the big games, and it doesn't change when you're playing some of the weaker sides at the international level. He was one of the most dedicated persons I've ever seen when it comes to the sport and also the family. We all talk about the cricketing aspect of Jam, but not to forget he was someone who could play most of the sports well, whether it was hockey, badminton, or soccer. He was a real gentleman, and in today's flamboyant world, where people think aggression is mostly verbal, he was someone who would never say a word to the opposition. He would keep it to himself and make sure when he's on the field, whether it's with a brilliant catch or helping the skipper or being the skipper, planning something for the batsman or staying at the crease, make the most out of it to get India win a game. He was someone who channelized all the aggression and the discomforts that were given to him by the opponent in the best possible manner. I would also like to wish the parents of Rahul Bhai not to forget, as cricketers, we spend a lot of time outside home. And Jam started early, which meant from 20 till 30 or 34, I don't think their parents spent a lot of time with him. So I think the coming few years will be the time that they will cherish the most. And also Bhabhi and the kids, I think the next few years are very crucial to make the most out of it. And also from Indian cricket's point of view, the legacy, you can say he won't be there in the dressing room, but the legacy will continue. And the baton that has been transferred to us, the youngsters, will try to take it in the best possible direction. We'll have ups and downs, but we'll make sure we go through it. I would like to wish Jam all the very best for the future. And I think, he's a long guidance living in Bangalore for all the youngsters coming to NCA to guide them in the right direction. And also to interact with all the cricketers in Rajasthan Royals and the upcoming cricketers to show them the right way forward. Thank you and enjoy the evening.
Thank you, Skipper. To term Rahul Dravid's career as glorious would be an understatement. He was part of a unit that gave us immense joy, satisfaction, and pride. Let's relive some of the highlights of what was an outstanding career.
June 1996.
To honor a legend, may I request to come up on stage Mr. Sanjay Jagdale, Honorary Secretary BCCI, and Mr. Anurag Thakur, Honorary Joint Secretary BCCI. Ladies and gentlemen, for the second time, let's rise for Rahul Dravid.
The Secretary of the BCCI, Mr. Sanjay Jagdale, the other office bearers of the BCCI, former India players, members of the Indian cricket team, my various other colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. I'd made a pact with myself that that I wouldn't cry in any of the functions over the last 2-3 weeks. I think it's being tested to the limit today. It's been nearly 3 weeks since I announced my retirement from international cricket and first-class cricket. And it's really given me a chance over the last 3 weeks to sort of sit back and in some ways, take it all in and look back on, what for me was a dream come true. At one time I was like, any other kid in the street, any other kid in India with a love of this game and a desire to play for India, and I feel so blessed that I've been able to live that dream for over 16 years. Obviously, like some of the other guys have mentioned, with the IPL in the next couple of months, it doesn't feel like I've retired in some ways. I'm still trying to stay fit, and it's getting harder and harder. I'm not enjoying going to the gym, but I'm still being forced to, at least for the next 2 months. But it's only in June, I think, that I'll probably get time to be unemployed or have a lot of time on my hands. But as Anil and Saurav have warned me, it probably gets busier. I'm not sure doing what, but we'll just see. I've had a chance, over these last 3 weeks to try and think about what playing for India meant to me. What was this dream, and what has it meant to me? What has it given me? And I think the playing for India gave me an opportunity to travel the world. It gave me an opportunity to play on some of the greatest grounds in the world. Grounds and cities and countries that I had only heard of on the radio, listening to radio commentary, with my father. Or waking up in the morning, to pick up the newspaper to see what Sunil Gavaskar or G.R. Vishwanath or Kapil Dev had done, the next day. Those, and for me to have that opportunity to play on these great grounds, to play against some of these greatest players that I, growing up, looked up to, it was just fantastic. I think cricket's given me a lifetime of experiences. It's made me give joy to a lot of people by just playing a sport that I loved. I've experienced, I think, like I said, great joy. I've experienced some unbelievable victories. And I've experienced crushing defeats in my career as a first-class cricketer. What I've realized with it is that everything does pass, and we can endure and we can survive. It humbled me. I think playing for India humbled me. It made me appreciate how lucky I was, to be able to do what I did for so long. When I look back on this long journey, I recognize, as you do, and when you're at times like this, you tend to reminisce and you tend to look back, and you recognize that you've been very fortunate and you've been very lucky. You've had the support of so many people who have made this dream possible for me. I truly feel that I've been, in some ways, at the right place at the right time for all this to come together, for me to be able to be standing here in front of some of my heroes, people whom I admire, people whom I respect, and to be able to talk to you all, I think has not only been, it's been a culmination of not my efforts, but the efforts of so many people who have gone into making this wonderful day for me possible. I probably miss out a few people when I speak, and I hope they'll forgive me. But I'd like to put on record and recognize so many people who work behind the scenes in our cricket. Groundsmen, scorers, umpires, people who organize the game. Wherever you go in India, there are so many people who selflessly do honorary jobs to make this game possible for us, to set the stage for us. Without their contributions, these hundreds would not have been possible. These memories for me would not have been possible. When I look back on the various coaches that I've had, right from the time of Mr. Keki Tarapo, who first taught me the basics of the game, to the so many coaches through my time at Karnataka, through all the international coaches that I've had, I feel each of them has added to my game. Each of them gave me something that helped me become a better cricketer and a better person. For that I am thankful. When I stand here and I look at some of the senior players who have been kind enough to come for this occasion, I feel really lucky. I think, that it was as a young boy, I dreamt of just being able to get an autograph from them, just to be able to meet them. And this sport and this game has given me a chance to interact with some of them. I'd like to thank all my senior cricketers, all my heroes, all my role models for inspiring me, for leaving behind a legacy that I was very conscious of, a legacy of Indian cricket that I was very aware of. It was something that it meant something to me, and something that a life I wanted to lead, and something that I hope they will feel that I have tried to take forward. The various teams and cricketers that I have played with at Karnataka and in India have been the highlight of my career, and will also be some of my fondest memories. Without my various teammates, and some of them here have spoken most eloquently and most touchingly of our time together. Thanks Anil, thanks Saurav, thanks Laxi, and thanks Mahi. Your words have meant a lot to me. I think the memories that we've shared as a team, and some of our victories, and some of the things that we've achieved, like you'll have rightly said, will be special and will remain special for me. I'd like to believe that we took a great legacy of the Indian team forward. We've left a strong legacy for Mahi and his young team to take forward. I have no doubt that they will take it to even greater heights. Anil, I'll miss our intensity. I'll miss your intensity. I'll miss your desire. I learned so much from just watching you. I might not miss some of the vegetarian meals without mushroom, without onions, without garlic, but there's a lot of that I'll miss. Saurav, ours was a great partnership. As you would expect with captains and vice captains over a long period, it's a relationship like a husband and wife. In some ways it goes through its ups and downs. But I think we'd both agree that we came through with pretty much flying colors. And there's some really good memories that we share. And there's some great moments that I think we can have a good laugh and a drink over, maybe in the IPL. To Lakshman, thanks for one of the greatest days in my cricketing career. Without you, Calcutta would never have been possible. I think I was privileged to be able to watch, I think, one of the greatest innings played by an Indian cricketer ever. From the other end. Thanks for your friendship. Thanks for your conversations. Thanks for your company at Second Slip, where many a topic, including Ranji Trophy to why contractors and architects are not doing a good job, were discussed. Mahi, I think you can be really proud of what you have done with this Indian cricket team. I think to watch you lift that World Cup that day, and it's almost a year to the day as we speak, was very special for me. Especially after what happened in 2007. To see a team and see a group of boys that I played with go on to win a World Cup was indeed memorable. And to see something like that inspired me, watching Kapil Dev lift a World Cup in 1983 as a 10-year-old, to see a group of cricketers and a generation of cricketers that I played with do it again in 2011 was special. I know that you have inspired a whole host of 10-year-olds by what you did last year. You and your team did last year. There are challenges, as you have noticed over the last bit of time, but I truly believe that you've got the right temperament and the right capability to take, I think, what has been take the legacy of Indian cricket forward. I'd like to thank all of you and all my teammates and everyone that I played with. You know, a lot of the names and a lot of the people I mentioned are legends and have great records in terms of statistics. But I think, and sometimes the people who achieve great things, of course they do it through dint of hard work and sacrifice, but they're also very lucky. I played with a lot of people who, if you go down the record books of Indian history of Indian cricket, probably will not be considered great, at least statistically. But in my eyes, everyone who played the game with me and played it with an intention to win, with a desire to win, and gave it everything, was a hero. And I learned so much from you. It was inspiring to watch people work so hard and struggle so much and sometimes not achieve what they want and come back and do it again and again. I'd like to thank all my teammates for your memories, your friendships. Nothing of this would have been possible without you. It's something that I will dearly miss. Being part of an Indian Indian cricket team dressing room is something that I am definitely going to miss. Just the camaraderie, just the banter, just that striving, maybe not the rap music. I'd also like to place on record my thanks to the KSCA, which was my local state association that I grew up, for their support, their guidance. Also the various officials at the BCCI for at various times giving me the right kind of encouragement and support. It's been a fascinating journey for me to see where Indian cricket has reached from the time that I started in 1996. I still remember when we went on tours in 1996, sometimes the Indian cricket team was treated, if I may use the word, as second-class citizens. We were the team that got the first tour in the summer in England. We were the team that got sent to some of the smaller grounds. The officials of the BCCI have ensured in 15 years' time that we are the big boys of Indian cricket, that we dictate the terms. A lot of that has happened because of the performance of the players, but also because of the work that has been done by various officials, various office bearers during my time at the BCCI. Over the last 2 weeks, I've also been really touched by the reaction to my decision to retire. All that I have read and listened to has really humbled me. It's humbled me not because a lot was written and said, which I think in today's day and age with so much media and so much of publicity is probably bound to happen. But what really touched me was the care, the attention and the thought that people have put in to, I think, writing some of the really nice things that people have said about me. I could see that people haven't, if I may use the word, gone about it casually. And I have respected that. In fact, there are various qualities and virtues of mine that I have only discovered in the last few weeks, listening to people. I'm not going to complain about that, but it's been really touching. Thank you. I cannot end here today without recognizing the role that my family has played in my career. My parents, who are here today, and my brother have at various stages provided me the encouragement, the support, and laid a foundation that's allowed me to play my cricket. My parents have made many sacrifices to allow their son to be able to live a dream. I know that my dad has always been a great lover of this game, and I think in some ways I feel that I lived his dream, and I think as a son you can't ask for anything more. My own children, Samit and Anvay, have missed seeing me at various times. Whenever I come back, irrespective of what I've done, whether I've done well or done badly, they always greet me with a smile and a hug. And I think, that's made failure on a cricket field a really small matter. Touring over the last few months or year has been extremely difficult because of the fact that I've had to stay away from them. I look forward, obviously, to spending a lot more time with Samit and Anvay come June and take a more active part in their lives. I know I'll enjoy it. I'm not sure how much they'll enjoy it, but I know I'm going to enjoy spending a lot more time with them. My wife Vijita has been a constant partner through thick and thin over all these 9 years. There have been many challenges and ups and downs. But I think her strength has been critical for me. And more importantly, I think Vijita has taught me that we must enjoy our successes and our good moments together. And I've cherished them. She's raised our children alone and had to manage the house and build a lovely home all by herself. All the while sacrificing her own career. Her friendship has been invaluable. And I can promise now that I'll try and do the cleaning and the children's homework. And as Saurav said, maybe I'll stay away from the groceries. Maybe he's had some prior experience. I may not be playing for India anymore. But to the present Indian team, what I'd like to say is that, guys, I will watch with great interest what I think is an extremely exciting and really talented group of young cricketers. All I can say is that I hope Indian cricket will always be a strong force, both on the field and off the field. And I have no doubt that I will take great pleasure with a cup of tea and a biscuit in my hand, watching you guys achieve great things. Thank you very much.
Rahul, thank you for everything. May I now request Mr. Sanjay Jagdale, Honorary Secretary BCCI, to deliver a vote of thanks.
Good evening, everybody. What a great and emotional evening this has been, honoring one of the greatest of Indian cricket and world cricket. Rahul, you have been a champion on and off the field. We are proud of you. And the presence of all legends here and the current test players here shows how much love, affection and respect you have earned. We are proud of you, and on behalf of the BCCI, I thank all the former greats, all the former captains and former players, current Indian team and support staff, and the BCCI, former BCCI office bearers and the current office bearers for attending this function and accepting our invitation. I also thank the media for the coverage they gave to Indian cricket. My sincere thanks to the BCCI staff also and the hotel management for organizing this function. Thank you very much. And my special thank to the Dravid family, especially Rahul's parents, for accepting our invitation. We wish you all the best, Rahul, in life. Thank you very much. Please join us for cocktails and dinner.